It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on Habscast.
Not sure where Dave and Rick are here, folks, but they should be along any minute. I figured I'd go ahead. Lots to digest in this one. Boy, oh boy. I don't know. The easy thing to say is, oh, well, Matheson blew it, but you got to score a few more goals there, guys. One goal isn't going to do it. I'm sorry. Open net Evans. Marty, the latest thing with Marty is to bench Demidov in a tie game in the last 7 minutes. He's slowly but surely turning into conservative Glode here. It's just, it's mind-boggling. He double shifts Deneau and Evans and tie game, so he's playing not to lose. And safe as death, folks, when you play not to lose, you know what usually happens? That's right, you lose. So he double shifts Evans. Okay, fine. Evans gets out, wide open friggin' net. I mean, wide open. And he doesn't look. He just kind of, like, all he had to do was take a split second, actually look and see that there was this much room. No. I mean, there's a reason why he's a 5 to 10 goal scorer every year, right? But hey, guess what? After the Matheson turnover, and yes, you can blame Matheson, although, I know that, I'm reading a few here and on everyone's in Matheson. It was a rolling puck. It jumped. Okay, yes, his fault, but it wasn't like, it was partly because it was a rolling puck. Why did he try to go forward with it instead of going behind the net? I don't know. Yes, he made a mistake, but you can't blame this whole game on one player. You can't blame it all on Matheson. Hey, Rick, you can't blame it all on. They shouldn't have been in that spot in the first place where they only had one goal, and it came down to, well, you can't make one single mistake. Well, players make mistakes. Matheson made a mistake, but you can't. There's plenty of blame to go around, and I start first and foremost with the coach. I'm sorry, but double shifting Evans at the end of tie games every game and not putting Demidov on the ice, you're trying not to lose. You're playing not to lose, and that's not how you play. I'm sorry. You've got maybe the most dynamic rookie that the Habs, rookie forward the Habs have had in decades, and you bench him at the end of games when it's tied, when he can win the game all by himself on a friggin' rush. It's nonsense, especially when Evans is your friggin' double shift instead. Evans, open net Evans. That's my new nickname for him, open net Evans. And you know what? But really got me, guys. What really got me was right after Detroit scored that goal. Who did he put out who had been just out 2 shifts before? Open net Evans with 2.5 minutes left. They need a goal. 2.5 minutes left. The shift before the put the empty net guys out there. Evans, who couldn't score in an empty net, but he's going to score with 5 freaking Detroit guys standing in front of their net and the goalie in the way. Then now, well, you go. It's all right, Jake. You're going to do it this time. You couldn't do it with an empty net, but yeah. Like I trust in you that you're going to go through 5 guys standing in front of the net and the goalie being ready because you're Jake Evans. You're open net Evans. You're gonna tie the game up. Why do you bench 2 nights in a row, tie game, last 7 minutes, you don't play Kapanen and Demidov? Why? It doesn't make sense. Newhook on the first goal there, he comes down. It's like a 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Oh, he can't stick handle. I'm just going to skate through a 6-7 defenseman here, not try to stick handle, not try to pass, and gives up the puck. They come back and they score. Okay, fine. But you bench Demidov and Kapanen for that? Like, it wasn't their fault. I don't understand. He's turning into conservative Claude. Marty is slowly but surely. I think conservative Claude left his handbook, his playbook in the dressing room, and like in the coach's office, and somehow or another Marty got a hold of it, because it's just he's getting worse and worse when it comes to that. Safe as death. John Tortorella, greatest thing he ever said, Tortorella. But when you play to lose, 80% of the time you lose. It's just fact. And Marty plays to lose. Plays not to lose instead of playing to win. All right, guys, floor is yours. Middle Dave, we haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Let's start off with you, David Auger. Tough one tonight, but all the other teams win. All the other teams won. All the teams around them won. So
a banner evening for the standings for sure on that. And this is the make or break week for the Habs too. Granted, this game was going to be the tough game. I think the Islanders too are going to be tough, but Detroit, I saw that on the calendar. I thought that was going to be a tough game. The thing that was readily apparent, aside from mismanagement with the lines going out, the overusage of Evans, I was really wondering, unless I missed something, what was Veleno doing in for Josh Anderson on a dump and chase game? Because that was the whole game, and I don't think the Habs are built to deal with that sort of thing, especially against Detroit, because they were not getting any they had to fight for every inch of that ice, and that was a hard game where offense came at a premium, and the mistakes cost the Habs the game. And I think aside from, again, mismanagement, overusage of Evans, as you've been saying, Grant, but I believe that the dump and chase was not it's not the game that the Habs can play.
Yeah, well, I wasn't saying I was yelling. I got it out of my system. Okay. Okay. Were you asking why he was in for Anderson? Well, Anderson.
Yeah, did I miss something with that?
Anderson, like, he's out for a couple of games or whatever. They didn't replace him. Yeah, that's okay.
I was wondering, like, Veleno's in. Yeah. So, okay. I get that still, but man, Anderson would have been real nice today, especially because to go into the boards. There it is.
Yeah, I certainly don't put this on Veleno's shoulders. There were some positives, but Rick, let's get your thoughts here.
The thing, and you were right on, Grant. It's like most of the game, I was really happy what I was seeing, because as much as we like to harp on rolling 4 lines and being overly safe sometimes, there's a time for everything, right? And it was a tight game. The Habs were leading, and it was going well, and the guys that were playing their roles well. But when Detroit scored that lead goal, you got to adjust your strategy. And as you're saying, it's not the time for Danault and Evans and those guys. You roll your top 6 one after another. There's only a few minutes left in the game. You don't have to worry about 15 minutes down the line. It's not like it happened at the end of the second where you have to kind of worry about it. You have what? There was 5 minutes left when that happened, 4 minutes left. Just roll your top 6 players over and over again. Call a timeout. You're going to have the 2-minute timeout coming out. You call a timeout. Roll your guys. And that was the frustrating part. And part of the usage, and when Newhook made that mistake, I mean, he tries to go through three guys, and then he takes the soft little finesse pass. I don't know who he was even trying to get through.
Yeah.
You're kind of playing center on that line. Marty wants him to play center instead of Cappy.
Yeah.
Well, your job is to play center, and that was a shot on net. Come back, support your D, be careful. That was what the play called for.
Cappy was in deep too, and I thought, Cappy's not going to be back on this one. I hope they, and then Newhook kind of sauntered over, like kind of stood in front of the guy with the puck at the blue line, didn't really do anything, didn't block the friggin' lane. It got it on net and it went off. Of course, a fluky goal. Here I am stupidly thinking, wow, we might get our first shutout of the year this year, but and then off the friggin'. It's a game of friggin' breaks. Like, I mean, the obviously the Matheson turnover was a break for the Red Wings. Going off the guy's ass into the net was a break for the Red Wings. They got 2 breaks late, but Montreal need to score more than 1 friggin' goal because there's going to be breaks during a game.
Yeah. And the issue with the passing, with the shooting, not enough shots on nets. Always one pass too many, too often. You got to simplify things now. It's a tight game. This is an example of a playoff game where they're not giving you an inch, and you have to fight for everything you get. You can't start making 5 or 6 or 7 passes because they're just clogging the middle of the ice. The minute you got half a second, get it on the net. You have no choice. Sorry, Metal Dave, I didn't mean to interrupt you on that one, but that was my final point on that.
No, you had to stay. The only thing I wanted to mention was that just a Gibson. I think Gibson gets in their heads because, I mean, we're looking at the last game. The last game, Detroit blanked the Habs 4-0. Then coming into this game, Gibson, he was doing a lot of work out there too. So I want to credit Gibson with a lot of that as well. But it was just Detroit, man. They just this season they have the Habs ticket for whatever reason, and it showed in this game and the last game. And it just, for me, watching this game makes me really worried about a playoff run, because it's like Habs they're not quite there. It's either the rust makeup or granted, you've been saying just decisions by MSL too. It's making me a little nervous for when when round one comes, if round one comes.
Well, I mean, I've liked some of the, like, they've been bold in the past and they've made bold decisions, but for whatever reasons, since the trade deadline, like at the trade deadline and now after, both management and coaching staff is going the ultra safe route. They didn't trade for anybody, even though we keep seeing it. There's holes. They didn't call up Reinbacher. And again, I'm sorry, but he should be in the lineup. They're still going with 4 left defensemen on the wrong frickin' side, and one guy on the wrong side all the time. They're double shifting the bottom 2 lines in tie games and not playing a 50-point, the highest scoring rookie in the league. He sits on the bench. Like, he did not. Last game, 7:42. The last 7:42, they didn't play with the game tied. And, Demi saw 1 shift in overtime, but Cappy, the last 12 minutes, didn't play. Tonight, same deal with Cappy and Demidov. Didn't see the ice. Well, Cappy didn't. Demidov got on it with the empty net. But why are they afraid to play these guys? It's not like they're horrible defensively. Yeah, they were on the ice for 1 goal against, but that was on Newhook. I agree with you there. I just, they're being too conservative. And it could well cost them a playoff spot. I'm sorry, but just changing goalies, bringing up a goalie isn't, if that's all they plan on doing, it ain't going to be good enough, because there are holes in this lineup. I don't like Newhook on the second line. He's just not a top 6 player. He
No.
just is not creative enough. I bring in Line A. At this point and give him a look on that line and see if he can't spark the offense a bit here, because all of a sudden now they're not scoring goals either. They're not very many anyways. So, it's been a few games there that they're not scoring a pile. The games tend to get a little tighter. Could be a power play goal that decides things, something like that. Well, Laine can help that too. With 2 guys out especially, I mean, I understood bringing in Veleno for Anderson. I kind of made sense. But Doc, I thought that they could have brought in Line A to replace Doc and put Newhook back on the third line, try Line A on the second unit. Maybe, you're a little afraid of it, them defensively, but I don't know. I think they're being too conservative, and I would at least try it. If it doesn't work, well, okay. If they're porous defensively, you'll know in a game, after one game, but they might also score a couple of goals. So you don't know till you try it. I don't know. At this point, if Anderson's out for a little longer here, I mean, Line A bailed them out last year. They weren't making the playoffs till Line A got in, and he sparked that team. He had like 8 power play goals in his first 10 games, or 9, and it completely turned around their season. Right now, they're on the precipice of not making it, and it's possibility that he could do it again. So he's certainly a lot more capable of being a game changer, a career 35 goal scorer, than Joe 2 goals on the season Veleno, who I don't mind. Don't get me wrong. He's not, he doesn't kill you when he's out there usually, but as far as helping you win a game and being a game changer in any regard, Laine or Joe Veleno, we know the answer to that, folks.
Yeah, tonight would have been a good game for Patrick Laine too, because it was not a particularly fast game, right? It was like a tight, more of a plotting game, and that would have been really good for him because he's really not much of a quick mover anymore. So, yeah, and that there's not guys who could by themselves create offense like he does, right? If the puck is on the stick, there's a good chance there's a decent chance it's going to go in. Like there's at least going to be a good scoring opportunity if the puck gets on the stick in the offensive zone. So yeah, but again, he's still on the injury reserve. So I don't know if it's a real thing or if they're just leaving him there for whatever reason. But it might be time. As you said, the Newhook is getting back to his old habits of skating around like skating all over the place, but never going to where he's supposed to be. Or when he was playing well before his injury, he was going to the net, he was getting involved, he was getting hard on the opponent, and now he's not doing that again. He's just skating on the perimeter, going all over the place, and nothing happens at the end. And because he's not a great puck handler, eventually, if skating around at full speed, he loses it at the wrong spot, and there goes. So if Laine can play, maybe he is the best solution for the Habs. If not, try somebody else. It's not working with Newhook.
Right.
Try Texier if you want. Just at least he's getting into the opponent's face a little bit. He's going to the net at least. If that's the best option, it's not a good one, but if it's the best option, go for that one.
I think it's better than Newhook at this point. I just don't. Yeah. I do not see vision and creativity from Alex Newhook. I just don't. He's best suited bottom 2 lines. And they're playing him at center again. Second line center. No. Damn it. No. That's just it's the worst lineup decision that Marty could make is Alex Newhook, second line center. It's just wrong.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, just having both Doc and Anderson out is really tough too, because you're losing size, you're losing grit. And further to that too, not to say that I wouldn't consider Detroit to be like a mean team, would Jack Eye have been any better on the defense. I really don't know. But I'm trying to think of like a bunch of things because in particular with the I think it was the go-ahead goal by DeBrincat, right? Matheson's turnover. How did the puck get down there anyway? Dobson on the boards completely missed that puck when it was going down as well. So there was all sorts of things going on with that. And anything the Habs need to score for sure. And it's already been said, but this was definitely like a game of inches hockey game. Fluky goal before and just just one of those really bad turnovers that you wouldn't really expect from Matheson, especially if he's alone down there too, which was the case. I was looking at the time on ice here with things at the game since we have the stats up in here, and
Evans got 17 minutes.
Yep, fourth best, and then just the thing I'm looking at is just Kapanen, the lowest time usage. With Newhook, actually, they're almost neck and neck.
I was going to bring this up. Evans almost got double what Newhook and Kapanen got.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, double shifted Evans line. And I mean, Bolduc. What did Bolduc do again tonight? Really, like, not a hell of a lot. 15:44 for him though, and Texier, got to double shift the French Connection. I guess I don't know. What the hell? It doesn't make sense. 21:42, 21:24. Who led? Hudson led the way, 23:59. Dobson 23. Gooley 16:32. So they kind of backed him off a bit. Struble 12:52. Another decent game, I thought, from Jaden Struble. Yeah. He keeps playing solid hockey.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
agree.
not, he's been the last 4 games he's played one of the steadiest, if not the steadiest, blue liner on the team. 11 minutes for Demidov. And 17 for Evans. That's not a recipe for winning a hockey game. That's a recipe for maybe getting to a shootout in a 1-1 game. Well, sorry. You've got the second best, you got the best offense, or it was the top offense in the East, and you take away that weapon to try to win 1-1 in a shoot or 2-1 in a shootout or 1-0. It's this team isn't sound enough defensively to play a perfect game. They've got to try to score 3+ goals a game. And it's just, the team isn't built. They're the youngest team in the league. They're just not built to play a perfect defensive game at this point. So Jake Evans isn't going to score goals for you. So, just get that out of your system. Get that out of your mind. It isn't happening. First of all, I personally, I wanted them to re-sign Dvorak and not Evans, but they did. And, it was a good deal. Okay, fine. But then you go out and you get a redundant piece in like neither Deneau or Evans have any physicality to the game. And those are your bottom 2 centers. Like, this just is not a recipe for any kind of playoff success. And we see it tonight with especially with Anderson and Doc out of the lineup, as you said, Dave. Where is the beef, as Eric McNamara said the other day? The old commercial. Where's the beef?
Also what the thing is, like, let's put aside the player usage for just a second, right?
Okay.
If you put that aside, Evans and Deneau actually played a solid game tonight as fourth line centers. Not
they
to try to win the game at the end, right?
They can't both be fourth line centers.
Evans and Deneau. So Evan O. Yes, Evan O played an okay game.
Right. And we've said that many times. We've said that many times that the Habs need Evans or Deneau to be your fourth line center, not both. But individually, as fourth line centers, they played fine tonight. Again, as fourth line centers, Not 17 minutes a game, 17 minutes with only a few minutes left. That's the difference.
Absolutely. The thing too, like, why? I don't know if they're not paying any attention to Evans this year, but he's played 861 minutes, okay? Divided by 16, that's 14.35. Okay, 60 goals against divided by 14.35. His goals against average, like goals against per 60, I do goals against average on players, okay? 418. You think the Habs goals against average is 418? No, it's nowhere near that.
No.
So the thought that, oh, when we've got Evans out there, they're not going to score against us. 60 times he's been scored against this year already. So no, Marty, that's not the case. Like Demidov and Cappy been on for 30 or 40 goals against this year, and they've played all year. Evans, missing 15 games, 60 goals against when he's on the ice this year. So this thought that Marty and his brain trust has that somehow in a 2-2 game, it's better. The odds are better that they won't get a goal scored against with Evans out there. It's the exact opposite. And not only that, the odds that he's going to score instead of Demidov or Kapanen, those odds are even worse. So they're not playing percentages. They're playing conservative, play the vet. That's it. We're going to be conservative. We're not going to go by numbers. We're not going to go by optics. We're not going to go by any logic other than, well, they're rookies and he's a veteran, so he'll have to do the job better. When all season long, it's been the exact opposite. So I just wish that Marty would correct his mistakes, but no, he keeps doing it, and it keeps coming back to bite them. They do have the team to get in the playoffs here, but it's being mismanaged by Marty, and it's disappointing.
I have nothing to add, man. That's exactly it. It's just frustrating to see that. So the current veterans are not helping you win, and at the same time, you're kind of taking away development time to the guys who are going to be there for the next few years. It's like it's a lose-lose situation to me. It feels like, and that's the part too that I hate. If you're cutting down on youngsters playing, and for the veterans who are kind of helping you win, fine. I could understand, but there's no good sides to this. That's what bothers me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, my buddy Wayne, come on, Marty, put Montablos back in to save the season, you stubborn prick. That's
You want to know my nickname for Montembeau is Montembeau or Monty Goal. So Montembeau.
Yeah. Well, Dobish was great tonight.
No, he was. Dobish was good, yeah.
Second fewest regulation wins in the division and fifth from the bottom in conference. Montreal will not win any tiebreakers for playoff position. There you go. Thanks for that cheered me up, Mr. Paul. Thanks, man. You're always.
I have some good news from this game, actually. A bright point.
Yeah.
The power play finally clicked for what I was worth. But further to that, though, not being able to score on even strength against Detroit, that's something. That's a Detroit.
Yeah. How can that be when Evans plays 17 minutes? You'd think like Frank. You'd think they'd score 4 or 5. Like Marty's sitting in the dressing room scratching. Geez, I don't understand. I played Evans 17 minutes. Open net
He's
Evans.
My height, of course he'll be good.
Yeah. I played open net Evans 17 minutes, and then we didn't get
Evans
even straight goal.
It would be great.
What's going on? Deneau 14 minutes and Evans 17:52. So more than half the game between the two of them, the bottom two centers.
I was looking for that.
and they didn't score any even strength goals. Go figure. Go figure. Yeah. Well,
And the thing too is even if there's going to be some defensive mistakes and they're going to get opportunities, they did. Man, this is a team that's missing Larkin and Copp. They're top two centers. Like,
oh, I forgot about that. Damn it.
Copp was back. Copp was playing today.
Sorry?
Copp was playing.
Yeah, you're right. Copp was playing. You're right. You're right.
But
he's
yeah,
recently
no
came
Larkin.
back.
Man.
Detroit had no spark whatsoever. It was that freaking goal against Newhook. I'm sorry. If you're gonna, I'm more pissed off at Newhook than I am at Matheson, because it was a rolling puck, and I mean, these things happen. I know, I mean, it flipped over his stick or whatever, and okay, yeah, I'm pissed off at him. We're all pissed off at him, but you can't blame Matheson alone on that friggin' on the game. It's always more than one particular play and one particular player that decides a hockey game. And just the Canadians should not have been 1-0. It should have been 2 or 3-0. Detroit did not have much. They didn't have much going, and the Canadians. Well, Evans missing that wide open net. Oh boy. Evans and Newhook, I'm more pissed off at them than I am at Matheson, to be honest with you. But Matheson is taken, because he's kind of been he's taken a lot of the brunt of the criticism this year, and it tends to be the sheep will flock to the goat, to the whipping boy, and this year Matheson, so easy target, right?
Yeah.
Montembeault and Matheson. What's that?
Last few games, Hudson hasn't been the same guy. And that's the thing with bringing up Reinbacher now. It's like playing on the right is affecting Hudson big time. He's so many of his passes now shots are being just cut off. He's missing an extra gear, or an extra second to make a play, or an extra angle that he's used to. That's why you kind of have to bring up Reinbacher as soon as possible. It's not to say, yes, it's maybe to replace Carrier or whatever, or Struble. And it's not to say either one of them had an awful game tonight. I don't think either one of them in their role again were really terrible. But Reinbacher needs to come up so that Hudson could go back on his left side.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, I want to see Hudson left side, Reinbacher right side as a pairing.
Especially on the power play.
Yeah, Matheson, Dobson, I guess. But I want and then Carrier, Goulet, or Goulet and Struble. Struble's pretty good on the right side. He played a lot of it in college. I'd be comfortable trying that out. That's a lot more grit in the lineup than especially on the right side, Struble and Reinbacher, as opposed to Hudson and Carrier on the right.
Changes everything.
Yeah, it is, and there's a lot of big left wingers in the league, and when you've got Carrier and Hudson trying to move them out of the front of the net, it can be problematic. Although I have to say that Carrier, his last 3 games have been he's been noticeably better, and I don't. Again, tonight he wasn't on for any goals against tonight. He wasn't on the ice.
I don't think he was.
There were no big turnovers by him.
No, Carrier was even.
Yeah,
Evans was even too.
He was even. Yeah, he was even missing the net. Yeah, he was. Donnie McCaskill, go Habs, go! Thanks, gents. Hey, Don, thank you.
Thank you.
All the way from Nunavut. Hate losing, but that was a heck of a game. Wow.
It was a grind. Oof. Grind.
Every game is just and it said, "Here we go again. 3 minutes left, tied." It just.
Yeah.
It just seems like every game is How many games has it been tied late recently in Habs land? Just too many.
Oh,
Defense can't clear the front of the net. Too many stumps back there. Not enough towers.
Yeah, that's been a constant with the season too. Defense just get it out of the zone. Even if you got to ice it, take a break for a few seconds and get reestablished. I agree with that.
Yeah, I put this game on Evans missing a completely open net with 4 minutes left. You were on the same page. Open net Evans.
That's a great
They're
detail.
brutal trying to protect leads by playing defense. They are not built to protect 1-goal leads.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
1, 3, and 4 in the last 4 games. Playoffs slipping away.
Yeah, this game hurt.
Yeah. Go ahead, guys. I'm going to look up the standings here now. I've been avoiding it, but
I got them. It's bad. It's not great. Well, now that this game on Saturday against the Islanders is going to be crucial, and with the way that Schaefer fight's been playing,
Islanders are one of those teams that will put you to sleep, and that's a dangerous game, I find, because it's not a team that's going to stir up emotions a lot. They're not going to get you all fired up, and those kind of sleepy games can get to you. And besides the fact that the Islanders are playing well, and Shen was a nice addition, and Palat's been a nice addition for them. Veteran guys, both of them won the Stanley Cup. They understand how to play this kind of hockey at this time of the season. So, boy, that game was the one game this week that almost worried me the most, to be honest with you, because I figure, Detroit, Boston, they're going to be fired up for that game. I could feel some energy coming in. The Islanders might put them to sleep in a bad way. That one worries me a lot.
Yet,
well, Montreal still, believe it or not, is 4th, tied for 4th, but 84 points. Pittsburgh 84 points. Detroit 84 points. Boston 84 points. The
Islanders 83.
What's that?
I said Islanders have 83 points,
and the Islanders and Blue Jackets have 83 points.
Yeah.
So
Unreal.
What it means is if the Habs lose on Saturday night, they may be out of the playoffs.
Oh boy!
The Islanders would certainly be ahead of them, but they'd be they'd be tied for the last. It wouldn't be good, put it that way. But they do have a game in hand on Detroit and Boston, so they're still 3rd in the division by win percentage, miraculously. The sky is not completely falling. However, they do need. They're 1-3 in their last 4, and if they go 1-3 in their next 4, they'll be out of the playoffs.
Yep.
The one thing I do like, at least about the game on Saturday, is that it is a Hockey Night in Canada. It is a home game for the Habs as well. Maybe Anderson will be back. Mr. Saturday Night, Cole Caulfield. He's gonna be playing his. He's gonna be playing quite a bit being at home, and I at least like that aspect of it. Now the big weight against that is Patrick Roy out there with the Islanders, and that guy, I know he loves being in Montreal coaching against the Habs. It's such an interesting dynamic whenever the Islanders are in town, so it's gonna be quite a thing.
You didn't know that Anderson was out, but he's going to be back on Saturday. That's like,
well, he's a stretch. I didn't see a big report saying Anderson out for however many. Like Doc, I knew. Okay, Doc, I get that.
Okay. But you did see a report saying.
I'm hoping.
Oh, okay. But you just got a report saying that he's going to be back. So
hey, when I get it tomorrow, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I just find, man, to be able to actually predict that Doc was going to be injured is a masterpiece. Now, Dave, who would have thought that you would have been injured?
What I was reading, I think who was it on socials? I think it was Jack Todd had shared an article that someone else had written. Of course, I can't remember who was saying that Kirby Doc can hurt himself buttering toast. It's like you gotta really protect that poor guy.
Jack Todd still has Jack
Huh?
Todd still has somebody on Twitter that he hasn't blocked. I think that's the incredible thing in that.
He has opinions.
Yeah, makes my blocking look good. Forwards totally messed up on Detroit's goal. All three forwards caught deep.
Oh,
in the
yes.
Detroit zone. Yeah, they were, but it was because Newhook, I don't know what he was doing, and it was not the place, the two guys deep, for him to lose the puck like that. It was just Newhook. The feet are always quicker than the mind with Newhook, and it was yet another example of it. And then Cappy was right behind the net. I went, oh boy, so Newhook's going to have to do the job here, and he didn't. And the rest was history. I blame it more on Newhook on that instance than I do on the other two, on the kids. Hard fought game. Detroit got the breaks. No, that's right, they did.
Yeah,
that's all, folks. Nice to see Texier had jump. Be great down the stretch. Yeah.
Texier, great addition.
Yeah, you know what? I would try him. I mean, if they don't call up Line A, I guess desperate times call for semi-desperate measures. Hey, he got inserted onto the first line, and he gave them a bit of a boost there for a bit. So who's to say he couldn't do the same thing perhaps for the second line for a while, right?
Yeah. At the very least, he goes to the net. I'm surprised. Like, the biggest knock against him was that he's a little bit soft, a little bit too much of a finesse player. But he's tried to change that a little bit. He's battling a little bit more. He's getting to the front of the net, giving a little shove here and there.
He's noticeable.
So why not give that a chance?
Yeah. No, he, even after the whistle a couple times, he was. Yeah. He almost got into a little scrum and stuff. So, yeah, for sure. Valeno, Deneau, Gallagher line odds of scoring goal higher than winning the Powerball and Mega Millions back to back. Yeah, I think he meant to say lower. But yeah, maybe higher. It's close though.
Either way, it doesn't work.
That's right.
You can say either or. It's like pretty tough mountain to climb.
Yeah. Said it weeks ago, if the Habs somehow miss the playoffs, which is a real possibility, MSL should be fired for his bonehead goalie decisions. Well, I think the goalie coach has a lot to do with that, Wayne. And the goalie coach under Montembeault was fired, which kind of lends me to believe that it was the case in Montreal, that indeed that the goalie coach had a fairly big say in which goaltender went in. So let's hey, this is going to be the fifth straight year that Marty has had a points improvement. It's the second youngest team in the league.
Yeah.
The goalie coach got fired, and the goalie coach has an input on who the goalie should be. Yes, Marty pisses me off with this conservative thing, but it's been that way with every coach since Jacques Demers. I don't know. Most NHL coaches are conservative, and it's just the way it's going to be. What is this?
Also,
100. Oh, it's 100. 100 what? It always excites me when I see 100, but it's THB 100. What the heck is THB? Anyway.
Habs broadcast? Is that us?
Yeah, it's not $100 anyway. Second line absolutely dead since Newhook rejoins it. Thank you, VZ, for the 100 THBs, whatever that is. I remember getting excited. I got that, and it ended up being pesos. Somebody, I got $100. Oh no, it's pesos. Oh, okay. But so I won't get too excited, but it looks good. The 100, thank you. Whatever it is, whatever denomination. You're a new second line absolutely dead since Newhook rejoins it. Yeah. Really? Thailand. Okay. 421 Canadian. Hey, good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, right on. Cool.
That's good
I
for.
know not
for
to
a
get too
junior.
excited when I see, but thank you. Montreal isn't as good as people thought. No, Tucker, that's true. If the goalie coach was making the call, who plays, something is seriously wrong. Well, the goalie coaches, Wayne, I
Voice
talked
in the
to
room.
some NHL guys, and goalie coach has a big say in which goalie. I mean, they're the goalie experts. That's why you got them. And I didn't know that, Wayne, but apparently the goalie coach, certainly on some teams, makes the decision. And on other teams, if he doesn't make the final decision, he at the very least has a big say in which goalie should we play. Because he's the one working with them. He's the one, he's the goalie guru. So that's why you've got a goalie coach. It's like Stefan Robidas puts out the defense. Like, he decides who the defense lines are. He's the defense coach. So it would make sense that the goalie coach decides which goalie plays, right?
The one thing too quickly that I want to add about the goaltending situation is that for a while, Dobish had a streak where he wasn't so hot either. Not a very long one, but for a while. And so Marty St. Louis was working with two coaches that were not at their best. And it's only recently that Fowler it's not Marty St. Louis who decides if Fowler gets called up or not. That's, Kent Hughes that decides that. So he didn't it's not like he had an option. He had Montembeault or a somewhat struggling Dobish. And then when Dobish started to play better, he started getting more minutes. And then when they saw that nothing was working with Monty, then it was, Kent Hughes that decided it's time, not Marty. And now he's using both of them pretty much almost equally. Maybe Dobish a little bit more, but Fowler's getting a lot of games too.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Ricky, 45 minutes in here. You, how much more time you got, buddy?
Oh, I think I'm done in a few minutes, Grant. Another early morning. I got to get to work. I'm alone at work tomorrow, so I got to make sure that everything is ready to go.
Oh my goodness, eh?
Yeah,
that's wild. And I know you're good for a bit there. You're a friggin' night owl, eh? Hey, Dave?
I can hold on for the hour.
Okay, good. Oh, for just the hour. Okay. I probably actually, yeah, I told the young lad that I was going to pack it in about 11, so we'll go till 11 or so and say sayonara. Okay, back to the stats for a minute here. 55% on the face-offs. Cappy took one draw tonight. That's that's depressing. Alex Newhook, though, matched his career average, 40%.
All right.
There you go.
Good for him.
Yeah. They're trying to, 6 years in, 40% for his career. Marty's, you know what? We can get that up to 42%. If we play, yeah, sure, Cappy's a rookie with 48% on draws, but damn it, I think if we, really try, we can get Newhook up to 42%. So, once again, another. Yeah, that's right. You got to have the priorities. Again, veterans, right? It's I remember conservative Claude. What was the guy's name? Byron Fraze, playing 15, 16 minutes a game. And he had one goal all year. And he'd be out, And I think, he left his playbook there, and Marty's going through it. When the game's tied or, down a goal, play Byron Fraze. And that was interpreted by Marty to play Jake Evans. So, okay. So
when I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be thinking about Byron Fraze, but here we are.
Yeah.
Last thing I would have expected.
Well, the coin of phrase, that's the way the cookie crumbles there, Dave. Okay, Monty blows. Yes, Grant, you got to put line A back in, like, for fudge sake. Put Nui
Yes.
on third plug
Proper vernacular.
in line, uh, on third plug in line A. Okay, use friggin' periods, guys. Jesus Christ. On third plug in line A and bring Rhino up already. Oh, he got it. See, you know how to use a friggin' exclamation point. Throw in a comma too, Nas, from now on. That's all I ask. Okay. Yes, Grant, you got to put line A in. Yes. Okay. I agree, Nas. Once I got the right pronunciation, emphasis on the wrong syllable. Even put Texia on the second line as a little more hockey sense than New Hook, who has none, and he's played better defensively as well. Hockey sense being hockey sense. I can interpret that. Yes, John, I agree. He has more hockey sense than Alex Newhook. I think even maybe Joe Veleno has as much hockey sense as Alex Newhook. Goalie management was horrible for the majority of the season. Now we are getting double shifting lines at the end of games. Head scratchers. Yes, absolutely. Positively. Line rotations and defensive scheme being the main culprits. I'm not happy about the results, but this game had little to do with toughness. Well, it wasn't like they got run over, I'd say. I'll keep saying this game, and some of the last few are on the coaching staff. Well, if you've listened to me, what I've gotten most upset about, it's the usage. I'm a little perplexed by it. And also management for not calling up Reinbacher. Engstrom's back now, so that excuse is over where, okay.
Yeah, yep. Notice that.
They didn't have enough reinforcements back there. They signed Luke Mittelstadt. He can go into the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Engstrom's back. He can play on the right. Throw him on the right. Mittelstadt on the left. Bingo, bango, bongo. Get her done. How can Evans miss so many frickin' open nets? I don't know. I think maybe, that's kind of Andy's thing. So with him out of the lineup, don't worry, I got your back.
That's true. That is true. It's because it wasn't shorthanded. That's why.
Yeah. Well, Marty went to him and said, "Look, can you replace Andy tonight?" I got it. Marty and his stupid concepts. I can't do it anymore. Oh yeah, concepts. It's all about concepts. At least he doesn't use that term anymore, eh? That was when he first came up. Well, it's not so much about plans, it's about concepts. And listen, I'm going to let you go there, Rick. Long day ahead. Did you get Barney? Did you get a walk-in with Barney?
Yeah, I did for a short time, but unfortunately, I was on the phone. My dad took a spill today in the ice, so we were on the phone. But he's not injured or anything. I was just worried for a bit, but he's a tough man. A few scrapes, but he's good. And then I got Barney out, but no, it was a fun day, and I was happy to do 2 shows with you today, Grant. So
yeah,
that's always a lot of fun for me.
Can your dad draw in Saturday night?
I'm out for Saturday night. I'm sorry, guys. I will not be at home on Saturday night this week. So
and Blaine,
I will be around for the Sunday show. But thanks again, guys. Great finally doing the show with you, Metal Dave, and Grant. Always a pleasure. And thank you to everybody who's following us tonight on YouTube.
Bye, Rick.
You bye.
Thanks a bunch, Rick.
Yeah. So Rick's out Saturday night. Blaine's, I don't know, down south somewhere on vacay. You're going to be up in Montreal on Saturday night, or what are you?
That's so my plan is no, I have plans this weekend which are not Montreal based, but
Oh.
next weekend I'll be in Montreal. I'll be at the Columbus game.
Oh,
That's gonna be an important one now too.
yeah. Okay, so you're not around on Saturday
no.
night. Well, you're
It's gonna
not
be a
usually. You're a young lad, Dave. So I got nothing better to do.
Almost not anymore. Actually, it's gonna be me doing birthday stuff this weekend, and then my actual birthday is on the Columbus game day. So Habs better bring it that night. I'll be upset if they don't.
Yeah. There you go, eh? Yeah. Let's see here. Get to a few more. Evans can't score a damn goal beside an open net since he signed his contract. Yeah, but pretty much. He's had a couple. I think he had a shorthanded goal. Not too many even strength goals, that's for sure. Trade him in the offseason, low cap number for a team looking for a fourth liner that we use as a second. Yeah, I'd trade him. I think there's redundancy there. But
this offseason is going to be really interesting.
Yeah. Are we tanking? Well, I mean, if you look at this, I don't think we're tanking, but I mean, if they go on a little bit of a losing skid here, they could conceivably finish what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th worst in the East. Doesn't look good the other way though. No. 84 points in the friggin' West is 4th best. I mean, they'd really have to tank. I mean, the best 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the best you could hope for would be like picking 15th.
And the rest 16th. Of the rest of the schedule for the Habs too. You're going up against some pretty, in it to win it teams. I mean, we got Carolina twice before the month ends. I mean, the softest team the Habs are up against this month, for us, the March are the Predators.
Nashville.
2 Saturdays. Yep, Nashville. And then next month, Eastern Conference. All of it, Eastern Conference. Rangers, that ought to be a win. Devils twice on a back-to-back. I'm going to try to catch one of those Devils games too, actually. Just drive down to Newark. It's only like 2.5 hours. Pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if, Ottawa, Columbus, but the best case scenario is finishing about 13th, 14th worst.
Mm-mm.
And then hoping to win the lottery, and you can only get up to about, is 5th if they won, So, no, I don't think they're going to try to tank. They want to win, I guess. Play the vets, unless they just keep playing the vets till they drop here, and then I start to wonder. I bet his name was Le Reinbacher. He would be called up.
It'd be Ron Boucher, actually.
If
that was the case, he'd be right up.
Le Reinbacher, le premier étoile, David Le Reinbacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not going there. Montreal drafted pretty good over their rebuild years, but look at the players they didn't get. Okay. Yeah, they freaking got Hudson when they could have got Joe Castagna. That's true. Good point. They got Reinbacher and they could have got Shane Wright. Kevin, you're bringing up good points there. Look at the players that they could have had.
Right these days.
Yeah, he's glaring at somebody.
Yeah,
glaring at himself.
Getting Slavkovsky in that draft was really good. Really good.
What's that?
I was saying just that getting Slavkovsky in the 2022
And
draft
Hudson?
was.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course Hudson as well.
Yeah.
The one thing that if I'm looking back on drafts is that, and it's the whole 2020, is hindsight's 2020, right? It's just that just with how unlucky Doc is, I really wonder how Romanov would be in this lineup.
Yeah, I know. And Kovacevic on the right.
Oh, geez.
You know,
you need a guy living in a van in the lineup, and that was Kovacevic. Apparently, that was his thing. Like him and his lady would on the off season they would go vanning out in the U.S. So I was like, wow, that's got the money for it.
Wow, I wouldn't be doing that these days. Jules, he has not gotten a fair shot. They're confusing him. He's a goal scorer. Check out what he did last year. Copy and paste, Marty. Montgomery figured out Bolduc and Mayu. Who hasn't gotten a fair shot? Who's Jules?
Yeah, I'm just scrolling back here trying to see if he's replying to somebody that we missed.
Okay. So Jules said, I'm tired of hearing people prop up Bolduc. He hasn't shown us anything since. Okay. You don't think he's getting a fair shot? Well, I mean, when you go 27 games without a goal, I don't think being on the third line's an unfair shot. I wouldn't, I mean, he's played, 300 minutes without a goal? That doesn't tell me that he should be promoted to the top two lines at this point. So I'm not sure that I'm on board with that. Salvatore. Gino's cousin Salvatore Cavallino. No one commenting on Suzuki's great play, stealing the puck in his own zone, skating circles. Yeah, okay. Well, setting up Carrier in the slot, maybe because he didn't score.
Yeah, didn't that shot go like way
over the top of the net?
That was like a Jeff Petrie shot.
I don't know that, doing all of that with the end result giving Alex Carrier a prime scoring shot is necessarily the wisest decision. The one that sticks out for me tonight was Suzuki getting the puck in the friggin' slot, going across the slot. I mean,
not shooting it.
And passing it over to Gouli, who was at an almost impossible angle, and then he whiffed on it. First of all, it's Gouli, who has like one goal all year or whatever. But second of all, he was way the hell over in the corner. He had all sorts of room to shoot. He's going across, and that's a dangerous shot because the puck. I mean, I used to play.
Even if it hits Gibson, Gouli's there.
Yeah, well,
done something maybe.
But when you're going across at a fair speed across the slot and you shoot the puck, it curves.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not an easy thing to save. It's actually a very good shot, and he didn't shoot. He passed it off, and it was a prime scoring area. And as you say, even if Gibson makes a save, there's a good chance there's a rebound there.
I think on that play, Suzuki, he was like under pressure by two people too there, if I'm thinking of the right one. So maybe he was thinking someone would get a stick on it. I'd lose the shot anyway. Let me try to use somebody. But I would agree. I would rather go for the shot.
I don't think it was that play.
Selfish.
I don't think that was that play because he was wide open. He didn't have anybody on him, and he said, "No, I'm passing it over." Romanov couldn't be worse than Doc. Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't be as fragile. And Romanov, that kid was built like a tank. Oh my Lord.
I thought Doc was invisible tonight. He really disappointed me. Team reminds me of Gorton's Rangers, small and soft. Yeah, there's that too, eh?
Yeah, there's a history there.
I think our goaltending is shaping up. Yeah, that's 2 games in a row that Dobie gave up 2 goals, so that's encouraging. That's a good point, Ben. I feel Marty needs deeper experience on the bench with him. I agree. They got Roger Grillo, who's been out all year. fighting cancer, but I think he's back. But he in a consulting way. Yeah, there is too much inexperience behind that bench. I've been thinking lately with all of the defensive issues they've had.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, like a Craig Ramsey type guy. If if they could find someone like that, just that veteran defensive presence behind the bench that could help out. Look at Columbus. They got Rick Bowness, for Christ's sake. He's like 75 almost. He goes behind the bench, and now they can't lose. Sometimes it's just that experienced guy behind the bench is pretty important, right? So, yeah, I think at times, especially blowing all these leads late in the game, it does seem like they you almost wish that there was an experienced guy behind the bench. These guys are all kind of greenhorns when it comes to NHL experience. So I don't necessarily disagree with that. Suzuki does some questionable passes I'll never understand. Yeah. Well, he's also a 50-60 assist guy, so give him a bit of a break
sometimes.
yeah, exactly. I guess he passes lots, right? No one is complaining about Gooley the last couple of games. No, well, he's been better, right? Carry out, Reinbacher in. What have you got to lose? Man can skate. He has size. I love watching his play. Me too. I had a look at his last game again. He looked really good. Have you gotten out to any games in Utica this year, Dave, or anything like that?
Oh, geez. No, I haven't. I've only caught like maybe one or two up in Glens Falls too. But granted, that's a ECHL, and those guys, we don't see any of those guys up with the big club practically. Trying to think here. I was looking next weekend to see if I could catch a Laval game, but they're on the road, so I don't think I'll be able to catch those guys at all, unless the playoffs happen, and then hopefully I can catch something somewhere. I remember like Springfield's a decent drive. Utica's definitely closer, but
yeah. Okay. I know they played there like last week, and I was wondering if you had maybe zipped up to the game.
Thinking about it, just not quite there.
For fudge's sake, yeah. See, like and subscribe. Go Habs, go. Yeah, and he threw in the comma. Thank you, Nas. Rhino gets the ingredient we need. It puts some clarity into this. So many lefties currently. I agree. We'll just end it with a couple of comments here. I think the young lad's home and he wants to game. So I've got the gaming room here. I always wanted Montreal to get Gerard Gallant for assistant coach.
Oh yeah,
I know
say that. Once when Vegas let go of Gallant, I was like, oh man, what a pickup he would be.
Yeah.
I don't even know, where is he at currently?
I think he's still in that cab.
Oh. Waiting to get picked up on the side of the road.
That's right. Just driving around.
Not too bad being on the side of the road in Vegas. Actually, I forget where that happened. Weren't they away that game when he was let go?
Yeah, something like that. But
it was what a bizarre man. Like him, Fleury, just bizarre decisions over the years from Vegas. But
yeah, I know.
I guess they can get away with it.
Well, they did win a cup. We didn't. So Rhino's also a no-nonsense kind of D. He does the tried and true plays. The Habs' unpredictability is now the most predictable thing about them. There we go. That's deep. Expect the unexpected, predict the unpredicted, the unpredictable. I think coaching staff-wise, we are stuck with what we have for this. Oh, yeah, they're not making any changes now.
Oh, yeah. Marty, he's going to, unless there's like a catastrophe, which I can't imagine, Marty will be in for the long haul, I think.
Marty doesn't need, and this is but this is a good point. Marty doesn't need experience on the bench. Remember, he's got the Claude Julien handbook. That's right, folks.
There it is.
So whenever, he needs some experience, consult the conservative Claude handbook. And
tonight would have been a perfect Michel Therrien game, though. Textbook.
Yeah, it was a Mike Therrien game for sure, and he'd have played Evans to death. Absolutely.
Need more jam. Need more jam.
Need more jam. Yeah. Dobie, stop the puck. All right, guys. Listen, Dave, thanks for coming on again. I don't know.
Yeah, no problem. When
I don't know
make it,
if you're available next week some point, but you're certainly welcome any night that you can jump on after Habs game, and I'll be in touch with you about that. Enjoy your birthday celebration. It's not a big one or anything, like
not yet.
Big...
Next year is going to be a big one, but this one's like a
okay.
This is a talk, then it'll be a tick next year, or
okay.
however that thing is.
So you're turning 29, and then next year 30. Okay, got it.
That's exactly right. Absolutely right. And Veronica's going to be 21 next year again. She can start drinking again.
Maybe we should try to get Veronica on with the two of you.
Oh, she'd love it. Absolutely.
You?
I mean, the time difference would be a little wonky, but she might only be able to call in. I don't know if this can do calls though.
No. Why would she only be able to call in?
I don't know if she has the tech set up to do face with cameras and microphone and whatnot. I have to talk to her about it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Run it by her. See if
if you guys want some positivity, Veronica will be like, "Oh, I think they played great. They were fine. They're having such a good season." It's like, but she's great. No, Veronica's awesome. She has an eye for the game. It's good.
Oh no, I that would be cool. Well, maybe I'll send her a message there. I haven't actually. She doesn't. I don't see her much on social media anymore. Actually, she
switched over to Blue Sky, which is where I'm predominantly now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think she's responded to one of my tweets or liked one or retweeted one or give me shit for like years. A bit too emotional all over the place, blaming after loss for my liking.
Oh, Francois.
Time for me to go watch a TV series. Maybe Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, well, give him hell there, Francois. Yeah, hey, after a disappointing loss like that, and you're 1-3, don't expect roses, Francois.
Yeah, we're just venting.
We're barely holding on to a playoff spot here. So, sorry guys, I was a little more negative than usual. Hard loss to take. Yeah. Hey.
We expect more, Ken.
That's right.
More jam.
More positivity, please. Ken. You're bringing us all down, buddy. No,
I mean, isn't that the saying though? When the Habs win, everything's fine. Habs lose, nothing's fine.
No, water.
Yeah.
No beer. No beer for me. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks, Dave.
And no problem, Grant. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone in chat, YouTube. And I saw some people coming in on Threads and Twitter, I think. So that was cool. Thank you everyone for joining us.
We got a couple of in on coming through on X. So that's pretty cool. I don't think we're on Threads.
Oh,
not yet anyway. I'm
just whistling on there. It's another one. Who knows?
I have a Threads account, but I don't know. It's been 5 years, 6 years since I logged in.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. I'll be back on tomorrow doing something. I'll let you know. Thanks, Dave, and have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everybody.